Hey guys, Big B ADV. How are you tonight? Just out, actually got some coffee, some 3-in-1 coffee that, some Vietnamese stuff, and a little more expensive than I normally like to buy, but I thought I'd give it a shot because it said it actually had real milk in it. And so I thought I'd do my thing here and boil some water real quick and make myself a quick cup of coffee. And show you guys what I've been up to on the bike. So I have a ride coming up here pretty soon. I'm going to move that back just a little. I think you can probably see everything just fine. See, I got 2 cups of water in this. I love this little stove. It's my BioLite stove. And this is just a little Inferno heating cup by actually Sterno. But boils water really fast. Happens to fit on this top of this BioLite really nicely. And I got my little camping cup here. Got my 3-in-1 coffee. But I'm going on a 4-day ride here with the Pacific Northwest Dual Sports Club. It's going to be up near Packwood, Washington. So it's going to be about a 4-day long deal. Everybody will show up on Thursday, leaving Sunday, right? So that just depends on how long everybody stays. Pouring down rain, not good. If it's like it is right now, which is absolutely gorgeous, you know, that might go a little longer, right? Anyway, been adding some things to the bike. I put on some Tusk hand guards, and that was actually a lot of work. And they don't just fit on the KLR like you'd think they are. You had to cut off one component, one little wire loom piece that's actually welded the handlebars. You got to kind of grind that little spot off and throw a little paint back on it, and then shorten this and move that and grind this down. And so it actually was a lot of work to get those on, but I'll show you the finished product. I bought some little 7-liter tank panniers from Wolfman, and the reason for those is, you know, I just kind of look at cargo space in my tent. Because it's a little cooler up in the mountains still right now, I got to take a little heavier sleeping bag. So I'm looking at volume of things, and I thought, man, you know, if my tent would fit, you know, in that in those little panniers, that would be absolutely awesome. So those showed up today, and to my surprise, the rainfly fit in one side very well, and the tent fit. You know, obviously the tent stakes don't, or the poles don't fit in there, but everything else fit in there great. So that opened up enough volume in my duffel bag to allow me to put that bigger sleeping bag in there, right? So I'll show you that. I've got the dry spec duffel bag on with the 2 small 20-liter saddle bags hanging off of that, and then I've got a 28-liter bag that sits on top. My goal with that 28-liter on top is, as soon as I get to camp, that's coming off. The tank panniers are coming off, because that's going to be my clothes, my sleeping bag, all those things are going to be in those bags. So the main bag then will contain the heavier materials, because it's fully supported. The small bags hanging off the sides will be lighter materials, like the, you know, freeze-dried foods and stuff like that. So anyway, that's my thought process, and You know, we're starting to roll here. We're really close to a boil. It took a little longer to start that than I thought. My knife is still very sharp too, by the way, so I don't need to sharpen that. Not this old guy. This is my knife that I use for camping. It works as a machete. I can baton, you know, split wood with it. It's a nice heavy duty blade, so I can beat that thing around, and does a lot of different things. Actually, it's got the saw blade on the back, which is not super you know, functional, but it does work. But I actually carry a 10-inch folding saw with me, you know, to be able to saw limbs down and, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, that's where we're at, and we got some water at a full boil now. So gonna make some coffee, so we're gonna be trying that out. We're gonna head on in and I'll show you the motorcycle. Hey guys, Big B out in the shop. Every tool is out of the bags, spread all over the place. Going back through, making sure I have what I need. This evening and tomorrow we'll be putting on new tires, but I added quite a few things to the bike. So these obviously are the Tusk grips. A lot of modifications had to be made. These are shaved down quite a bit. Had to cut this off to clear the brake hose. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. I did add an additional knob here. So if you've watched any of my other videos, when it started to get pretty nasty and rough, having my phone up here, my phone was going all over the place because the dash actually moves quite a bit up here. So this when it gets really rough is going to be down here on this ball. I'll still be able to see it if I happen to be using it for navigation or other things. I've added the lights on here, so this is a new addition. I can flip the switch, those are hot. So the nice thing about these, I've only got a single one-way switch on this right now, but the nice thing about these lights is, well, a couple things. They're really cheap, but they got a flasher built into them, so you power white and black and you get this flasher mode. When I put the two-way switch, it'll be on, off, on, then I'll be able to flip it the other direction and have solid lighting. But obviously the idea behind this is to have light wherever your front tire is going, so that's why I went with these mounts. The next addition here were these guys. So here's the Wolfman bags I was just talking about. Fit really nicely up here, kind of underneath the plastic, under the fairing, but tint on one side, and then we got the rainfly on the other. So that volume right there allows me to carry the heavier sleeping bag for this trip. I think it's still been getting down in the 30s and 40s. Obviously I can still wear clothes in the sleeping bag as well, but I want to be warm for 4 days. I don't want to be freezing every single night. So we got that going for us. Obviously still get this tank bag here. So this is the dry bag setup that I use, and then there's a 28 liter. It's about half the thickness of this that sits right on top of this. So these guys are empty right now, so those would be lighter materials, right? As of right now, most of my tools and stuff are going to be in the bottom of this bag, along with my tent poles. Most of my cooking, my stoves and those types of things will be in the bottom of this light material out here only. So that's the way it sits on the bike. Still have great visibility with everything. So I did get, you know, a couple of these dry spec tubes as well, and I may mount up 2 of these and pull some of the tools out of the bags and put those on here. And I do have a another mount that'll be going on here this weekend for the Rotopacks. So I'm going to have just water is all I'm going to carry, but I'm going to get I believe it's 1.75 gallons. That'll come and sit on top of those. So that's the setup I'm working on for the moto camping trip, and looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming, but I think it's going to be a challenge. You learn on every one of these. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to ride the bike all the way up, or if I want to throw it in the back of the truck, and maybe just go park the truck at a buddy's of mine in Yakima. Then it's another hour and a half out of there. I don't know. I haven't gone that far yet, but definitely looking forward to this trip, and having some fun doing what we're supposed to do, right? Having an adventure, and keep it up on tube, guys. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.